For weeks we told you that we were going to change the comic book industry. For weeks we told you we were going to bring back the types of stories that you loved. For weeks we told you a new legacy was being formed in comic book history. Today, we share that legacy.
My name is Patrick Hickey Jr., and I am the co-founder of Legacy Comics. Told you. We all told you. A new legacy was being created in comic books. But what's wrong with me? I keep saying we. This is a team effort, not here all by myself. John, why don't you come on in?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first ever live show for Legacy Comics. My name is John Svedesi. I have a background in graphic design and comic book illustrating, of course. And who's this guy?
Patrick Hickey Jr. This is surreal right now.
I know.
Co-founder of Legacy Comics. I am the editor-in-chief of Legacy Comics.
That's right.
We are here. Are you ready? Are you ready? We've made you wait for a super long time, and we thank all of you guys for being here right now. Today is going to be a super special day, and we are ready. Nick is here. We've got people watching already. We are super excited. We're going to run through everything that we're going to be doing. Tons planned. It's going to be fantastic. You want to get us started?
Oh, man. I almost don't even know where to start.
I know.
Okay, like this has been like a culmination of weeks for us where, you know, Pat and I have been just trying to build this and put as many pieces together as we possibly can, you know, and we're so excited to show you guys everything that we built. So Legacy Comics, Pat and I wanted to start this because, number one, we're huge comic book fans to begin with, you know, so starting our own publishing company was like a given, you know, absolutely. And it's a dream of mine, and I know of his too, to actually start a comic book publishing company.
Carmelo.
Yeah, Carmelo, how's it going? Who's that?
James Thomas, the Bellow Master. It's like everyone's here. Brooklyn is here representing. New York, Buffalo is here. We got California in the house.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everybody, leave your comments down below. We will put you up on screen. We will comment.
Say something really quick. If you
sure.
guys really love us and you want to share this live stream, you will be entered into a raffle to win a signed copy of Condry 2.
Signed by Patrick, who's the writer, and Kieran, who's the illustrator on the book. So, I mean, let's just get into it.
Yeah, let's just get into it. Absolutely.
All right. So, Pat, why did we start Legacy?
So we started Legacy for a bunch of reasons. Probably the biggest reason is that we wanted to tell stories. So the funny thing is, like, I'm having a conversation with John one time. I was on his podcast, and as you guys can see, the production value here is off the charts. John is an amazing vlogger. And then I'm looking around this room, and I'm like, this guy is an amazing artist.
Yeah.
You know?
Pretty good.
You are.
Yeah.
You are. You're really good. Like, most artists are really humble. But anyway, and it was just like, I wanted to tell more stories, and I wasn't being allowed to. And John had stories that he wanted to tell. And then he started telling me about Athos. And it was a story that he started writing when he was 17. And Condry, I started writing Condry when I was 18. So the fact that I was able to realize like this 20-year-old dream of mine, and now we've got somebody else with a 20-year dream that wanted to make it happen. It was just like, this is a match made in heaven. All the things that I always wanted to be able to do that I can do well, like video editing and all podcasting, he's a rock star at. And then I'm the writer, the promoter, the editor and stuff. So it's just like, it just made sense that we teamed up and really brought new comics that were in the vein of the comics that we loved so much growing up together in one place. And we treated our creators like equals, and we promoted the living hell out of them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, working on my book, like he said, it's a long time dream of mine. And when I had first seen that he came out with Condry, I have to admit I was a bit jealous. you know, because I was like, I want that. I want to bring my guy out and, you know, show him to the world. And
Jerry, your books are in the mail. I
yeah,
sent them yesterday. Okay.
Jerry,
Yeah.
they're coming. They're on
coming.
their way.
I was waiting on a shipment from Lesser Known. Got my comics. They are on the way for you. So that's the thing. That was the thing too. He wants this dream to come true.
Yeah.
I was reaching out to people. It was just like a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
So,
you know, like the books that we're coming out with is, you guys know Condry already. You guys are huge fans. I mean, that's probably why you're tuning in. But we have a whole bunch of other books, which we will get to. But our mission is basically the best in the industry. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, our mission is to deliver awesome comics, free of filter, that tell great stories about great characters, that don't pander to readers.
Right.
Like the reasons why you got into comics in the first place, to read out of this world adventures, or adventures that were set in where you live. Like, you know, like we're going to have noir stories. We're going to have superhero tales. It's going to be literally a best of both worlds. Comics illustrated digitally, comics illustrated traditionally.
Yeah.
You know, so we're going to try and deliver on all of the things that real comic book fans want.
I love that we have so far on our roster, we have a huge difference between traditional and digital art.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes it's really hard to tell the difference, you know, because the art is just so good. Yeah. You know, Kieran, who works on Condry, you know, he's a traditional artist. So he works with inks and paper and, you know, watercolor. He paints every single page in watercolor, which is amazing. So the Facebook page, you guys have been following us on Facebook for a couple weeks now. If you haven't, get on over there and give us a follow. But if you have been following us, you've been seeing all of our teasers. So, which explains the beginning of this live stream. But thank you. First of all, thank you so much for following us. We really appreciate it. And but the allure is that, you know, Pat and I are doing something monumental, and we're so grateful that you guys have tuned in and liked and shared all our posts and shared the page. Are we doing another?
Yeah. So this is the thing. So many of you guys accepted the invite for Legacy Comics on Facebook, but you guys had no idea what it was about. I mean, I shared what this was with probably about 10 people that were close to me, but everyone else basically got a blind invite to a comic book company that had no art, that had no stories. So it's just like, you accepted the page just out of kindness to me, which I super appreciate, but now you guys know what it's all about. So if you haven't liked the page yet, we would love for you to go there and like the page now. But if you go there now and you share the page, you'll be in for a raffle for a signed copy of Condry 3. So if you share the live stream, you get entered into a raffle for Condry 2. If you share the Facebook page, you get entered into a raffle for Condry 3. So guys, this is what we're all about. We're about getting these comics out to the masses, having a good time, delivering top-notch art and narrative. Like, we want to have fun with you guys. We want to make this an experience. We want to bring back the comics that we read when we were a kid.
It's all about fun, you know. Yeah. Let's have fun with it. Let's, you know, connect with our audience, connect with the people, you know, and just have a great time on the way that a comic book publishing company should be.
We wish you
run.
were here too, Afram. We wish you were here too, buddy.
Thanks, Afram. We really appreciate it.
So Afram's a good guy, supportive since day one. I'm so nervous that I'm rocking back and forth.
I know, like
it's like I have like a pendulum attached to my tuchus. It's because I'm so nervous. So I haven't been this nervous since like my son was born.
That's all right.
You know?
That's all right.
So
you'll get used to this, because we'll be doing a lot of live shows here on Facebook and on YouTube. We'll be live all over our socials. So make sure you follow us on every single platform. So let's not keep them in suspense anymore.
Absolutely.
And let's talk a little bit about our books. Yeah. Okay. So we plan on launching with 5 books: Condry, Athos, The Job, Kroom, and Legend of the Night Owl. Now, each one of those, like Patrick said earlier, is it's created individually in the sense of, one is traditional, you know, Condry's traditional. The Job is going to be traditional.
Mhm.
Okay. Athos is going to be a digital book. I'm creating that book by myself, but it's going to be straight up digital, and it, we're just so freaking excited. But so let's get to the trailers. We have some trailers to show you guys for each book. We're only going to show you guys 3 because a little bit later on, we're going to make an announcement that reveals the rest of them. So stay tuned. Let's start off with Athos. Athos started off as an idea I had when I was 17. His origin story was very different back then, but he's morphed into a kick-ass character that no one has seen before. Part superhero, part real-life conspiracy theory. Athos is a unique spin on the hero genre, especially because he starts out as a villain. Bringing Athos to Legacy for the first time means a lot to me, and I'm proud he's finally going to see the light of day. Destined to be the protector of Earth, Athos hails from a race of legendary ancients who created mankind. However, by the time he's ready to complete his task, he finds Earth a much different place than he could have ever expected. So Athos, for me, is very near and dear to my heart because, you know, like we said, it's just been an idea in my head since I was a teenager. And you know, through the years between now, I mean, I'm going to be 39 in February, you know, so it's a long time. But through the years, Athos has gone through different iterations. He's gone through transformations. You know, I've redesigned him so many times. And it wasn't until I started talking to Patrick that I really finalized Athos's look and his story and what's really going on. And I started really taking it seriously because we're actually doing this. We're actually coming out with these books, and it's amazing for me because it's a dream come true, you know. So without further ado, let's get to everybody's favorite, Condry.
Condry is the story of a vigilante on the hunt for the man that killed his father. He's also homeless. He also has been a victim of the system. He has no idea who he is, what he's capable of. It's a redemption story. It's a coming of age story. It's dripped and draped in noir and blood. It's beautiful.
Hi, I'm Kieran Quinn, and I'm the artist for Condry. As a traditional artist, I found Condry to be a perfect way to mix the mediums of pencil and ink with watercolors and really bring this dark story to life.
Condry was brought to Legacy for a super simple reason: to kick ass. It was brought to Legacy to be the comic that it was always supposed to be: gritty, awesome, legendary. Woo! I'm hyped right now. I feel like Ric Flair. Like I'm ready to like style and profile. So if you've read Condry 0 through 3, you understand how much this comic means to me. Leaving lesser known comics to come to Legacy was super important because we got to not only do the Condry 4 is going to be the first 24-page issue of Condry. It's going to be a monumental issue, I promise you. And we're also going to remaster Condry 0 through 3. They're going to be color corrected. They're going to be cropped properly. They're going to be relettered by somebody right here.
That's right.
And it's going to be Condry 0 through 3 the way that I initially envisioned them. Lesser Known did a great job, but we're going to take it up to another level. So as a part of the Kickstarter, that's going to be there. So if you haven't read Condry at all yet, this is a great place to get introduced to it. If you've loved it and you want to see how the Legacy version is different, another great opportunity for you. So we're bringing Condry to Legacy means the world to me, and I'm super happy to be here right now.
Awesome. I can't wait for Conjury. I love the story. I love the book. I love the art. I'm a huge fan. I can't like yeah. But all right, so the last and final trailer that we're going to show today is Legend of the Night Owl, where Afram gets a chance to talk a little bit about the book. Let's do it.
Hello, my name is Afrim Jambalai, and I am a writer with Legacy Comics. The Legend of the Night Owl is a martial arts noir. It's also a family drama about cultural identity. It's set in present-day Brooklyn, New York, but this version of present-day Brooklyn, New York is hyper-violent. It's the epicenter of violence in all of the United States.
I'm excited to work with Afram because he created a character that's never been seen before, especially because it's in dark, gritty Brooklyn, and I live in dark, gritty Brooklyn. He created a martial arts noir, so it's going to be awesome. It's going to be gritty. I can't wait for everyone to see it.
I chose Legacy Comics to publish The Legend of the Night Owl, honestly, because of the passion around comic books with everyone involved at Legacy Comics. They read comics, they love comics, they write comics, they draw comics. So they're in the world more than just dabbling or having a good time. They're true creators, and as their namesake suggests, they actually want to create a legacy.
All right, everybody. Guess who's joining us?
What's up, everybody?
This is the man, the myth, the legend who created A Legend of the Night Owl. Afram is here to talk a little bit about the book. So why don't you give us a little bit more backstory?
Sure. First, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in to this feed. It's a huge undertaking. The amount of work that these two gentlemen have put in to make this happen would be staggering if you saw it on paper. So just first off, I want to say thank you to both you guys, and thank you to everyone who's tuning in right now. In kind of a short nutshell, The Legend of the Night Owl started as a story, a joke with my niece and nephew regarding their grandmother, my mother, who was an Albanian Muslim immigrant to America, and she's disabled. So instead of telling them the kind of heart-wrenching story of why she became disabled, I created a story of her being a retired vigilante. And I won't say too much more about that, but it does take place in kind of a hyper-violent version of Brooklyn, New York. You take all the worst of the 70s violence and 80s consumerism and 90s, and basically all the worst is where the world's at now. So
Awesome.
hopefully not the real world, but you know, some things overlap, unfortunately.
If you want to know even more, next week on legacycomics.com, Afram is actually going to have an article where he discusses the origin of the Night Owl series. And this goes right into like what we've been trying to say from the beginning. Not only will we be a comic book publisher, our site will be daily updated with content. So if you like our stuff, go to our site. We're going to have interviews with the artists, with the creators. We're going to feature cosplayers. We're going to feature people that podcast with us. We're trying to build this community to make it as strong as possible.
If you like martial arts films from the 80s, if you like side scroller beat 'em up video games, The Legend of the Night Owl is going to hit all the marks for you. So tune in for that and everything else that Legacy's doing.
Guys, like I have sat in on the production meetings for a legacy for A Legend of the Night Owl, and like the story that they have planned and all the little nuances of the storyline, like you guys are gonna flip out. Like it's gonna be such a great book. But yeah, that's another book like I can't wait to have in my own collection. You know, because it's funny because yeah, I am coming out with my own book, but I still want every single one of everybody else's books. You know,
I think
because
that was the point too. Like when we were building the foundation for Legacy, we wanted to make it as strong as possible. And it's 4 of us right now, and we have 5 books, and we believe in all 5 of them. There is not one lemon in this entire collection.
No.
All 5 of these books could be our 1A.
Right.
You know, so like right now it's like a 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E, and we're gonna push everybody as hard as we possibly can. That's what we're all about right now.
Absolutely.
We want to let you know that we're coming for you, comic book industry. Yeah, we got 3 of the 4 legacy horsemen over here. What are you going to do about it?
First time I cut a promo on live.
I like it.
So
There you go.
I got to
I'm
work
down
on
with
it, but
There you go.
you never go with the first draft.
Right.
You never go with the first
Yes, badly dubbed, Jerry, absolutely. 80s video games, badly dubbed Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yo,
comics.
you hit the nail on the head, man.
Mhm.
That's what I grew up with, and you're gonna see a ton of that in there. There's
I
gonna be
love
a
it.
lot of fun Easter eggs.
I love it. So, okay. So you guys are actually showing some hype in the comments about how you want these books. So let me tell you how you get them. Okay. Launching Friday, we have our very own Kickstarter. That's right. We are launching a Kickstarter this Friday. So we'll be sharing all the links to the Kickstarter so you guys can show some support and get your books. Patrick, why don't you talk a little bit about the tiers?
Okay. So there's a whole bunch of tiers. Sorry. Need my fingerprint. There are a ton of tiers where you can get the books physically. You can get them digitally. We're also going to have something that we haven't discussed yet. We're also going to have some merch too. We have a store that's open right now. If you go to legacycomics.com right now, there's t-shirts, there's mugs, there's phone cases, there's all sorts of stuff that you guys can use that you can purchase that will support us going to print and delivering these books. Soon
Yes.
we're going to have also digital copies of Condry remastered on the site as well within the next couple of days. So we're going to have books already on the store. We've got merch on the store already. We're going to have the site has already got a chock full of content on it. It's going to continue to be updated. And now on Friday, we have the Kickstarter launching. So
the issues of Condry 0 through 3 are going to be the remastered ones.
yes,
They'll be available on the store by Friday.
yes. And you can also buy those in the Kickstarter as well if you wanted, more of like a bundle kind of thing going on. So
Right.
I've always wondered what the announcer that doesn't say anything does, and you just put the attention on the person that's speaking to make it less awkward.
I know he's just like standing there. So we've got a whole bunch of tiers. So obviously, it's like kind of customary with every Kickstarter. Give us $1
You get a hug.
and you get a hug, or a fist bump, or an elbow. It's pandemic, but we're going to create a page on the official website that says thank you, and you're going to be on the thank you page. $1. Then any ash can that you want. So just to reiterate, the four of the 5 comics that are being released are ash cans, which means there's 6 to 8 pages, and there'll probably be some bonus art in there and stuff like that. They're not mini comics, they're ash cans, they're issue 0s. They are like a first sip of what the stories are going to be.
Like a trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So those ash cans digitally, you can pick any one that you want, and those will be $3. Condry 4 digital, also $3. Then you can pick a copy of any ash can, a physical copy, for $5. Then we have Condry 4 physical, which will be not an ash can. It will be a 24-page comic. Yes.
Full book.
Full book. I am so excited for this story. Like, I want to just tell you the whole story.
This is
now.
like the first
This
full
is the first
book
full
of
issue
Condry.
Yeah. So it's like, when I was at Lesser Known and we were planning out like issues 0 through 3, it's like in my head, I'm like 0 through 3 is really like still like 1, you know? So Condry 4 is still like the origin story of Condry. And there's so much other stuff that I don't want to like go into, but it's great. Oh my God. It's so
Thank you, Ish.
Yeah. Thank you. So Condry 4 physical will be $10. Okay. Condry 0 through 4 digital copies of all 5 current issues of Condry digital will be $15. Then you can get all 5 original legacy books, all 5. So the 4 ash cans and the full issue of Condry 4 digital for $15. Then you can get any ash can that we have, so which is Legend of the Night Owl, Kroom, Athos, and the Job. Any one of those 4, okay, physical, signed and remarked by the artist for $15. Okay, Condry 4, physical, signed and remarked, $20.
Jerry Lang, to answer your question, the big question is who's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be
Amongst you guys.
Amongst you guys,
No,
this gentleman
no.
here.
Guys, we're all a team.
Well, that's why I joke around and I always do like I do this because it's like the best editions of the Four Horsemen. There wasn't a weak link.
Right.
We're not talking about Paul Roma and Ole Anderson and stuff like that. We're talking about like, you know, this we have like 4 studs, you know, 4 people that like bust their butt and like
And
all-
compliment each
and
other.
compliment each other.
Yeah.
The
You know?
amount of parallel think that happened totally unintentionally. It just seems like a very
Yeah.
cosmic happening right now. So
Yeah, it's like it
that's
can't be a
the main
coincidence.
answer. I say Patrick because I've known him longer, but honestly, I'm starting to fall for John and his art as well. So
Thanks.
you know, can't help it.
It's-
There's enough love to go around.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
It's just funny too because it's like the last 2 weeks this man has worked so hard.
He's absolute beast.
And it was like a month ago, I was the one that was like writing all the content and getting all this stuff. So it's just like we just keep flopping, and you know,
He was that Freddy Krueger meme that was like, I've been spending all this time chasing people in their dreams, but I
Yeah.
haven't been chasing my own.
Yeah.
oh my god. So to keep going, we said Condry 4 physical signed and remarked $20. Now we go into all 5 digital comics and a Legacy Comics t-shirt. Guys, these t-shirts are amazing. They're designed by this man right here. $45. So you get 5 digital comics and a Slammin' t-shirt for $45. Now you get all of our books, all 5 of our books, signed and remarked. So 4 ash cans and 1 full comic signed by the team and remarked by the artist, $65. Okay? All 5 Legacy books, digital and physical, $70. Okay? Legacy digital and physical books, everything again, and a t-shirt for $85. And then you get the all we got,
Which is everything.
which is everything, which is all 5 comics, digital and physical, signed, remarked, and Condry 0 through 3 digital. So you're getting 8 digital comics and then 5 comics signed and remarked. $100. That's what we got for you.
It seems like a lot. There's a lot of tiers here, a lot of rewards. But Friday, you guys will understand. Head on over. We'll drop the link here on Facebook and all over social media. So
And I'll make an announcement that these guys don't even know. Whoever donates any amount of money to the Kickstarter and support, you will be entered into a raffle for a CG Seed 9.8 book that is worth well over $1,000. I won't tell you what it is.
Wow. This is Afram.
But this is
Afram's
a live-
bringing it.
This is a live promise, baby. This is a live
because
promise.
Afram is CGC certified.
Yes.
He can actually do that. He grades books. He sends them out to get graded. He's a witness.
Yeah,
to the
so that
grading
will
of
be
the book.
actually from my personal collection because long story short, I believe in this. I believe in what these gentlemen are doing. I believe what everybody on the Legacy team is doing. And I love comics. So if I can, one thing I hate is when people are like, gimme, but then they don't want to, you know,
Right.
create relationships, or they don't want to really support the people that they're asking to support them. So
It's okay,
what I would
Mike.
like to do is take something from my personal collection, a book that I really enjoy, and put that as a gigantic thank you to everyone. And basically, if you support us, then you have a chance to get this cool book
Oh, I really appreciate
on
it,
top of the
Adam.
items that you already are getting here.
So
we
after,
really appreciate it.
after the Kickstarter is over, we'll have all your information of who
Mm-hmm.
submitted, who gave, and you'll be entered into a raffle that we'll conduct after for a chance to win a 9.8 CGC book. I mean, that's pretty gangsta.
Oh,
Yeah.
signature series.
Oh, and a signature. Wow.
Ooh.
So yeah, I know. Is it Friday yet, James? You don't understand.
It's coming. It's coming. Don't worry. We gotta have patience.
For like a month, I've been messaging. this poor
Signature
man.
series by one of the independent greats in the industry.
He's just making this sexier
I'm
and
just
sexier.
I'm just
He's
giving
just-
you all the hints, baby.
He's just teasing.
the supple love. Listen, there's a banana in the background for a reason. Excuse me. Too much coffee.
So we're not technically done discussing the Kickstarter because
No.
if this all goes well, we are definitely interested in having stretch goals. We've
Yes.
already spoken to several. What's up, Ish? Comic Sense in the house. Guys, we love this group. We post there all the time. They're on Facebook. Check them out. Super nice. So we are super interested in having variant covers to some of our books. We've
Absolutely.
already spoken to variant artists already who are down like Charlie Brown. Is that what they say? Is that
I
what they
think
kids
so.
say?
Yeah. Is that what the kids say?
Is that what the kids say? That like these variants will be. What else do the kids say? Lit, fleek.
On fire.
It's on fire. Let's see some emojis.
Yeah.
You know, so like we're ready to have some stretch goals as well for the Kickstarter as well. So
Yeah.
some great rewards. Technically altogether, 9 books.
Yeah.
5 Condries and then the 4 ash cans.
Right.
So I mean, there's like guys, there's a ton. So like again, the big package
Plus merch.
Yeah. So we're talking, you're gonna get, 5 physical books, 9 digital books for $100, and everything's gonna be signed and remarked. Heather, we are not old. We are like fine wine. We are like fine wine. We do not age. We are a bit of the bubbly.
But the
Okay.
stretch goals as we go, if we are lucky enough and fortunate enough to hit our mark, our goal, then and we do get stretch goals every so often, we'll introduce a new reward,
Yeah.
and the pot will just get sweeter and sweeter.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I really want to launch it today.
Yeah, I
But
do too.
It's
We
not
got
ready.
a promo. We got to work. We got to get to as many people as possible. So like we said before, share this live stream.
Yes.
If you share this live stream, you will be entered in a raffle to win a signed copy of Condry 2. Okay. And also, just to kind of throw this out there, only 100 of these were made.
Yeah. Limited edition.
Limited edition. I ended my tenure at Lesser Known yesterday. These will not be reprinted anymore. Only 100 of these were made. Most of them are at Bulletproof Comics right now in Brooklyn. Hank
Rarity.
representing.
That's right. And the new batch will have a different logo up here in the top left.
Yes, these will be legacy books. These will be remastered, color corrected, cropped differently, and lettered by.
Yeah.
So share it. Get entered into the raffle. Then head on to the Facebook page. Am I being loud enough, Tommy? Head to the Facebook page. Share the Facebook page with your friends and be entered in winning a signed copy of Condry 3, which I think is the best issue. Just not because my daughter is in it, because she's awesome. But it's the longest issue of Condry to date. I think it has Kieran's best art, and it's a Halloween issue, so it's like super timely. So do that. We'll close the raffle like later today, probably around like 5 o'clock.
We'll close it at midnight.
Midnight. There you go. Perfect. So you'll have time. We just want to get this out to as many people as possible and have fun with you guys. That's what this is supposed to be about. 'Cause
Yeah.
For a while, this like wasn't becoming fun for me anymore, and now it is because I'm with these guys and we're ready to kick a massive amount of tuchus. PG-13.
So, guys,
banana behind us.
So guys, stay excited for Friday. Okay, keep up the hype for Friday because we want to see your support over on Kickstarter. And like I said before, we'll announce it when the Kickstarter goes live on Friday, probably early in the morning, I would suspect.
Yeah.
But the question is now, where does Legacy go? What's next for Legacy? And I think the most important aspect of Legacy is that not only are we having fun making books, not only are we creating kick-ass content and kick-ass books, and the atmosphere company-wide will be like a team, a friendly team.
Absolutely.
Okay, but we're going to be open up to other creators. Okay, so we'll let you know when the doors open up for new books. If you have an idea and you have a great team put together already, then head on over. We'll be more than happy to help you guys put out your own books, just like ours.
As much as these guys are, coming out of the gate, swinging for the fences, it is still humble beginnings for all of us. So
absolutely. We know how hard it is.
We want to send the elevator back down.
Yeah.
So if you help us out, then we have the opportunity to do that. It becomes kind of a community that we want to create with Legacy.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
This is our legacy.
That's right. So not only are we going to be opening up the doors to new creators and creator teams, but we're going to also be coming out with more books. These 5 are only our stable books. Okay. So this is only the beginning for us.
The foundation.
That's right.
The Matrix.
So
actual
we'll have
definition.
more books, more titles as we go along. Yeah, there are books that we have on the burning pot right now, that are going to be a limited series, which is kind of good because then they become rare and they become collectibles.
Yep.
And so that's nice. But yeah, I'm looking forward to opening it up and expanding.
Absolutely. What this Kickstarter is basically all about is to give you guys a taste of what we want to do. It's going to pay for the entire first print run of everything that we do, our creators' pockets, and then help us plan the next run of books, which would be continuing Athos, continuing Condry, continuing The Legend of the Night Owl. So by supporting our Kickstarter, you're not only helping us pay for this print run, but you're also helping us pay for the next print run and so on and so on. So this is like essentially us getting the...
It's going to steamroll.
Yeah, that's essentially like where we're at right now. That's what this Kickstarter is all about, is getting us moving as forward and as fast as possible so we can deliver the types of books that you guys want.
Yeah. And we're open to more things than just comic books. You know, we're open up to different licensing deals, you know. So but that's down the road, that's down the line.
We can only know a lot of that stuff too if you just openly communicate with us. Let's use these platforms for what they are. You guys are already like a really great bunch. I'm seeing the comments right now.
I'm loving the comments.
Talk to each other, talk to us, reach out. You know, if you have ideas, thoughts, or you just want to express your excitement, that helps us a lot too, because that gives us an added burst of motivation. We already have a ton of it, but it's when you get that support, it's even better. So we love it.
Yeah. Patrick, you want to talk a little bit about this here on the list?
Yeah. So we wanted to use this also as kind of like a platform to talk about some other things related to our properties. So I can firmly announce now that I have been speaking to a developer for quite some time about 2 different versions of a Condry video game.
Hey.
So we have character models, we have a soundtrack coming to 2 consoles. I won't tell you anything else. We're still in the process of like putting a team together. But if you love the comic, you should definitely follow the Legacy Comics website, follow the Legacy Comics Instagram at legacy_comics. We're there. We post tons of stuff there all the time. So, but like John was talking about licensing deals, and that's what we're about.
Yeah.
You know, like we wanted. So the thing is, like, I've worked for other publications before, not just comic books. Like I was an editor at NBC for 2.5 years. I've worked for magazines. I still write for Old School Gamer magazine. I still run reviewfix.com. And I always try and under-promise to people that write for me. So this way, when I give them what I say that I can give them, they're happy. But then when I over-deliver, it's great. I've always been in a situation where people have over-promised me things, and I didn't get the things that I wanted, like merch, like a solid salary for my work. As a writer, I mean, I'm owed thousands of dollars from local newspapers. That's just like part of like being a journalist. You write for a local newspaper and then they go out of business. So what we've set up here is, to my knowledge, the highest royalty rate in indie comics to this day.
Yeah.
That I know of.
Yep.
And the rest of the money is basically going towards us keeping the ship afloat, paying for the website, paying for printing costs and things like that. So we're trying to build a community. Like Image Comics just literally launched their union yesterday for reasons like this, because writers and artists were being taken advantage of. And the same contract that we've given our creative team is the same contract that John and I have signed.
Yeah.
So we're in it just as much as they are, and we're ready to promote. So essentially, think of us this way. We are a comic book company that will operate like a professional publishing house, but we will promote ourselves like a professional wrestling company. We are all about telling people how strong our team is, how much we believe in our team, how sexy our team is, how different our stories are. And you'll see. I told you to wait and see. We're not done yet. We're going to continue to promote. The next 2 weeks, you're going to see a ton of promotion. We're going to shove these comics right in your face. And then what's going to happen is over the next month, we've already been booked on 15 podcasts.
Yeah.
We're going to tell our stories. We're going to have articles on the website where I'm going to talk about, probably tonight, I'm going to post an article why I decided to become a part of this company. And it's going to be real. I'm going to be dropping bombs, you know? And then Afram's going to tell his story, why he started Legend of the Night Owl. And he went into it a little bit before. But you don't see stories like this all the time. These are stories that are on Wikipedia or on Reddit.
Right.
These are going to be hosted on legacycomics.com. We are going to be 100% truthful and transparent with you guys. And we're going to try and operate as professionally and show you as much behind the curtain as possible. So you feel like you are a part of our team.
Yeah. Man, you get me so hyped. You know that? You get me so
I
hyped.
try.
They want to do it in a way that's not really being done. We want to do it and have it be, like we said, it based in a communication amongst each other, knowing the things that you guys like. The more you tell us that, the more we happen to
Absolutely.
know and know what to do. So
Jerry,
love it.
Jerry just had a great comment right there.
Condry has got to be a retro game like Carts and ROMs for NES and Atari
Just
2600.
do my little Robert De Niro right here. I'm just gonna say, you're good, you're onto something. You're good. Keep that in the.
these guys put so much time into everything. It's not just like, oh, hey, I had a good feeling, let's start a Kickstarter.
Yeah, let's just have some fun.
These guys
No.
care. Yeah, these guys care to the point of, you know, dotting the I's and crossing the T's.
Absolutely.
And that was a big reason why I felt comfortable joining them. I mean, I've known Patrick. We went to William E. Grady together, you know,
Skilling it.
eons ago.
Only the Grady people know what skill
Yes,
means.
exactly. So
I don't know what that means.
It means eating the school lunch.
they
Ah.
called school lunch skills,
They call it
and no
skills
one
for
ever.
some
I don't even know if they still do.
I didn't go to Grady.
Whatever the case is. But on top of that long held friendship, these guys were very serious and doing everything the right way. So that's why I feel comfortable.
Matt's
them in
gonna
the
need
future.
a I'm coming for the belt promo about this.
Oh, so we have so much more to announce. So all I'm gonna say is that Friday when we announce the Kickstarter, when you find out about The Job, because we mentioned it here in the 5 comics.
Yeah.
The Job
The Job is another great book.
is another great book that is written by myself and drawn by Kieran X Quinn. So if you like the look of Condry, you'll love this. And when you find out the story of The Job, you're gonna love it. So
Yeah.
all I have to say about The Job is, oh yeah, you're gonna love it. I promise you. I'm telling you.
I'll do my Ultimate Warrior promo over here.
That's
Oh boy.
that's how we feel right now. We are so hyped right now.
You don't even get to see my painted warrior face. You just see my back of rippling muscles, tied off arms.
Oh my god.
All right, guys. So a bunch of things.
Yeah.
Okay. The books, we have 5 titles coming out right off the bat.
Mhm.
We're calling them our stable books. And when we go to publication, they're going to be available literally everywhere. Okay. They're going to be available on the official website. They're going to be available on Comixology, on Amazon, anywhere you buy comics, they're going to be there. Plus, they're going to be in a lot of comic book shops here in the Northeast.
We actually go to local
Yes.
comic shops.
Yes.
And support them and try to help them. I mean, I am basically between here and Buffalo, and though I've maybe not been able to go to as many there, I've gone on their live feeds and made purchases there just as a way to support, because that's what brought me back with
Right.
all this, you know, COVID craziness of the last 2 years. Essentially, I got on the Bulletproof Comics auction page. It reignited my passion for comics, and I thought to myself, well, why did I ever stop? And it's because of some of these stupid ideas that we get in our head of like, oh, well, you know, you're old or you shouldn't do these things. But telling
Like
stories
Bill
and
Maher.
yeah, following your dreams don't really have a time limit. So that's what I'm here for. That's what they're here for.
The point is that here at Legacy, we're all about creating relationships and helping out everybody. You know, not just the small guys, but the guys who are even higher up, that, you know, who have been established more than we have. But the point is that we're here to help build up everybody's legacy, not just ours. So keep an eye out for legacy books in small mom and pop shops. I'm really excited about that. Yeah, because we've been to a bunch. We've done a couple signings at Bulletproof, like Afram said, and yeah, it's a great relationship, I think, to have, with the shops.
I mean, because that's where all of our love of the industry started. And
Yeah.
There's nothing against those big comic book stores, but I mean, I remember picking up Spectacular Spider-Man at a newsstand. That's how I started. The first thing I ever read was Spectacular Spider-Man. I was like 4 years old, and my dad couldn't believe it. He thought I was just like, "Oh, you those were the words." I'm like, "No, those are the words." And then he looked at it and he goes, "This kid's reading, 4 years old, reading Spectacular Spider-Man," that I picked up from a newsstand for $1. Like, I remember when comic books, a full comic was $1. And those are the types of comics that I wanted to write. So that's what we're all about.
So, like everybody watching this knows, who loves comic books, you guys have loved comic books since you were kids. Same thing with us. Okay, we're acting on it. We're building up this publishing company to not only get our books out, but anybody's books. Pitch it to us, send in submissions. We will open up the doors for that, probably within a month or two, a couple months. So stay tuned for that. All right, everybody. That's about it. So to summarize the show a little bit, we are Legacy. My name is John.
Patrick Hickey Jr.
From John Belay.
That's right. We are 3/4 of. I'm bad at
We're
fractions.
not math majors.
Yeah. We are
75 cents a dollar over here.
Yeah, we're 350 of
Where's your last
of Legacy Comics, but
We write comics because it ain't math.
yeah. We're coming out with a lot of awesome books. Our stable books: Condry, The Job, Kroom, Athos, and Legend of the Night Owl. Okay, and guys, you can get your hands on these books starting Friday. Head on over to Kickstarter, support us, and start your legacy.
The only other thing that I would say is head on and support us on social media.
Yeah.
Support us on Instagram, legacy_comics. Same thing on Twitter. Head to the Facebook page now. That share raffle is still open. Head to legacycomics.com. COMIX. It's right there, baby. Oh yeah. For daily updated content, interviews with the creators, just fun articles about our comics, and Afram dancing. You cannot beat that.
We got to put that in a promo.
And that's on the house, baby.
Yeah. But all right, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us today. We will see you during the week.
Peace.